how I get that ooh.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
What's goody, YouTube? How's everyone doing? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to yet another live reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR, and since you clicked on this video, you might as well subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave your comments down below, and enjoy this reaction video. What's goody, YouTube? What's good, TMR gang? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to yet another live reaction video. I'm your girl, TMR. Thank y'all so much for stopping what you were doing and meet me over in this daggone break room, y'all. Oh, boy. All right. Y'all been asking for it. And child, I'm about to give it to you, honey. We got a Kendra G reaction for y'all. And baby, you need to do as the thumbnail says. Brace your daggone self, okay? Allie girl, thank you so much, sis. I'm still trying to get my voice back together, but I'm almost there, sis. I appreciate you. Hey, Miss Jackson, how are you? Hey, Sean. Hey, Pearl. Kanisha. Pretty dope. Good, sis. Thank you so much for being here. Buttons. Wicked. Who else is in the break room? Latoya up in here. Seatbelt activated. Girl, Tamri. Hey, Freeman. Let's see who else up in here. Miss Latoya. Hey, sis. Oh, okay, well, girl, I seen you. Okay, you were here a couple times. Child, a mess. You hear me? A whole entire mess. So we got two ladies in the break room that came on the Kendra G show recently looking for love, y'all. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if these people actually are looking for love. I definitely know they're looking for attention. That is, yes, that they are doing. But now I'm really starting to, I don't know what's going on. Like, y'all know, we've been watching Kendra for a while, okay? It's been several years that we've been watching Kendra G. And child, it's been a mess over there, okay? And it don't get any better. Every blue moon, you'll get a sprinkle of a man or a woman on there with look or appears like they have some good sense. But child, you know, the bad outweighs the good damn near every episode, okay? Hey, CO, welcome to the break room. Make sure y'all clock in. So, y'all, we're gonna tackle this one lady here first. Now, y'all don't be upset when the folks come on here with their bonnets. Y'all know it's damn near like dress code attire for the Kendra G show. Majority of all the women come on there with their bonnets on. I don't know what that's about. I get that Kendra, I guess she comes on late in the evenings. Y'all know Kendra is on pretty much all the platforms with her single show. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And I guess Kendra, because y'all know Kendra's on the West Coast. So if she's coming on at 5 o'clock in the evening, or let's just say 8 o'clock in the evening on the West Coast, then depending on where you are, it could be, you know, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the evening, you know, depending on where you are in the time zone, you know, because like if you're in, you know, you could be in the Chicago time zone, which we found out the other day, that's actually Central time zone. But anyway, if you know, you know, if you don't, you don't. He said, man, who find a wife finds a good thing, not the other way around. So let's, you know what, I'm gonna let the lady speak for herself, okay? She says she's an escort. Okay, and she has 11 children. Okay, Shine, you know, huh? Hey, Miss TLD, she says she got 11 children, y'all. Okay, and I said, but girl, 11 kiddos, ma'am. Yeah, I wouldn't be looking for anything but a damn babysitter at this point. But okay, girl, I mean, you know, to each his own. So let me get her on the screen, y'all. A mess. 11 Freeman. That's what she said, girl. Hey, Audra. Let's get into it, y'all.
Okay.
Because they're going to take me as I am.
They're going to, oh, okay. Hey, what's your name?
My name is Tish. I'm from Illinois.
Illinois with no S.
Yeah, Illinois, yeah. Just Illinois, yeah.
Oh, the all-new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to your App Store or Google Play Store and download now. How old are you, Tish?
35.
35. What you do for a living?
I'm an escort. What?
So you get paid to have sex with men?
Correct.
What you calling me for? You already got a bowl of men to choose from.
No, listen. But I'm trying, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, I just want to, you know, one friend, that's it.
So
now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I mean, I guess you need to be proud of whatever profession you choose to do in life. But coming on here within the first 30 seconds, I'm an escort. I'm just trying to find me a little special friend. It's like, sis, at this point, you better be trolling. Like, you just ought to be trolling. At 35 years old, talking about you an escort with 11 damn kids. Let's continue.
So the men you sleeping with, they can't be your friend?
I mean, they okay. You know, they already occupied. They are married and stuff like that, you know, so, yeah.
Oh, well, the reality of the escort ward, the men are married. Never thought about it that way.
Exactly. So I'm trying to get out that game, and I want a nice friend, you know, and stuff like that.
So you want a man to date you while you're escort?
I mean, I said if we like get there, I would stop.
So
if y'all get there, you will stop. I mean, sound like you already been there, sis. No, really. What would make you even? Let's just say you're trolling. What man would think that was funny that you came on here and say I'm an escort? Why not just say you're sexually active? You heavily sexually active. You like to have sex with random men. And let's be honest, sis, just because most men I'm just going to assume that is soliciting your services, it's not necessarily that they're always married, sis. There's a lot of single men that, you know, solicit because they don't want, you know, the strings attached. Okay. It's not thinking each and every one of them. Like, sis, you don't even have time to ask questions. Aren't you there to deliver a service? Not you sitting there getting to know them. Girl.
Oh, in the friend part, are you guys being intimate?
Oh, you saw me in a...
The
No,
guy that you're
because
looking for now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just searching for now. Yeah.
But you're saying friend, but you want this friendship to become something serious, right?
Yeah, you know, eventually, like, you know, we have to see where it's going. You know, I can't just say, oh, I'm going to be in a relationship with you. I have to learn you just as well as he have to learn me.
Well, let me ask you, have you ever had a boyfriend while you've been an escort?
I have, of course, I have 11 kids.
Are you being honest?
I'm being very honest with you. Yeah.
How many baby daddies do you have?
I have 2.
Okay, so you couldn't be with any of those men?
No, because he's a mess. He was toxic, my first baby daddy.
How old are your kids?
My daughter is 14 years old with a 2-year-old. And
You're 14.
Wait. Your oldest child is 14 and she has a 2-year-old? Wait, go back. Go back, y'all. Let's go back.
He was toxic, my first baby daddy.
How old are your kids?
My daughter is 14 years old with a 2-year-old. And
Your 14-year-old daughter has a 2-year-old daughter?
yeah. A 2-year-old son.
A 2-year-old son.
Yeah.
So your daughter got pregnant at 11?
Yeah, she got pregnant at 11 and had her baby at 12. Correct.
Now this is where CPS need to be at her house. This is where they need to be at, right here with her. Your daughter got pregnant at 11, and the first thing you came out of your mouth, you said that you're 35 and you're an escort. And you said the daddy toxic. Well, child, both of y'all are toxic. Because obviously was watching that child. My goodness. My goodness.
Did she get pregnant by a boy her age?
Yes.
This Tish, here's the deal. You're being authentic with me, right?
I'm being very authentic with you.
This is a lot, and you already know this space. So are you ready for the conversation that's going to be had around you?
Yeah, definitely.
How did you feel about your 11-year-old daughter getting pregnant?
I mean, I was extremely, sad, and I brought it to social media, on my other page. It happened at school, and we're doing.
Wait, you brought it to social media? Why? Like, sis, I'm gonna be honest with you, that ain't nothing you need to be broadcasting to the whole entire world. You should have brought your daughter to get some type of help. You brought it to, it happened in school. What? Where you live in the state of Illinois. What city? I would really like to know.
Like not me, but my baby daddy was doing the consequences, he's trying to sue the school because he felt like, that shouldn't have happened or whatever and stuff like that. And I'm being very authentic with you.
No, I mean, I feel like there has to be some type of legal grounds against this.
Exactly. Because I mean, but my child, at first she did not want the child. And I forced her to have it because I don't believe in, abortion. And yeah.
So how old are your kids? You have an 11-year-old daughter.
No, my
11 kids. I'm sorry, 11 kids. 14-year-old daughter.
It's her saying she forced the little girl to have it. What you mean you forced her to have it? Wouldn't a better wording be you guys decided as a family that she should have the baby? Like, golly. Like 11. Oh, man. That's so sad. And it's the way she said, I forced her to have it because I don't believe it. Girl, it sounds like you don't believe in a lot of things. And you being her mother at 35 talking about you're an escort, but yet you want to sue the school for something that happened to your child at the school. But you get on the internet and tell the whole entire world that you got 11 kids, you 35, and you an escort.
Yeah, I mean, you want me to go?
Yeah,
come on, let's talk about something else.
Okay, but are you familiar with my show?
Look, Kendra, I am not playing on your show. I'm just saying.
I said, are you familiar with my show? What I'm asking you are the normal questions I ask everyone. So,
you know what? I didn't sing you. I'm not going to be honest with you. I didn't sing you, but I just never really watched your show. I said, she's a nice person. So, it's a liar. Well, hey, as long as I know the truth. So, oh, well, thank you. Okay.
Well, I will say this. So these are the questions I ask everyone, right? And when you say the amount of kids, the next question is, how old are they? So you said 14.
Stair steps.
Okay, you're gonna prolong the inevitable. We got to get all the ages.
my gosh, you want all my kids' ages?
I mean, yes, sis. You told us you got 11 of them. You started off by introducing the first, who is now 14 and has a 2-year-old. I mean, sis, why stop there? Just keep going.
Yes.
No, Kendra.
Well, we can end here if you want to.
Yeah, let's go to the next one. Okay.
No. We can end the whole live. You have to. I mean, I'm not going to force you to do anything you don't want to do, but this is
okay. Well, we'll end.
You know what's so crazy? I just had another woman who called me up and didn't want to tell me. She didn't want to tell me the amount of kids. So you told me the amount of kids.
No, I told you my amount of kids.
Right. So now you got to tell the ages, honey.
I mean, you want me to put? You say I'm lying? Okay, well,
I didn't say you were lying.
No, I'm talking about the comments. They say if I'm lying, I'm lying.
Tish, you're deflecting. You're deflecting. I know I'm a professional journalist. I know when a question is not being answered. So we don't move past this question. So how old are your 11 kids?
They start steps. 14.
Okay, Tish, we can disconnect if you desire. It's your choice, but I have to get all the ages. And I don't want to waste 10 minutes on a question you could just answer very easily.
I just told you start steps.
Here, I don't know. You have to tell me the exact ages.
14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and I have a 1-year-old.
So the 1-year-old, and this is by 2 men.
Yes.
Have you ever been?
No.
And why you're not with the 1-year-old dad again?
What you talking about, the one with the 10 kids?
Oh, you have 10 kids by one and then 1 kid by one other person?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, why are you not with the man you have 10 kids with?
Because he is off the chain. I mean, and I don't want that. He put like this. I mean, he made pretty good money and stuff like that. And I actually stayed in one of his houses. But, it's like he the type, he likes to control people, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. Like he have a whole woman that he stays with. And
the man that has 10 kids.
Wait, your baby daddy you have 10 kids by one man. And he likes to be controlled? Or he likes to be controlling? Well, sis, when did you determine that? After the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, like when did you determine that?
Is the one you have 10 kids by?
Yeah, I called her to help, you know what I'm saying? Because he just using her to keep my kids.
So Tish, listen, when I sit here, it's my first time ever meeting you. To be assured you're not trying to just troll me right now. Like
no,
everything
I'm being so honest with you. Now this time I am being so honest with you. I'm trying to pour my heart out to you. Okay. And if you don't believe me, I mean, you can go read my story if you don't believe me.
No, I'm not gonna
he the type like this, like he'll kind of see, he the type, my kids stay with him. And so, a lot of females be like, why you don't have your baby? Why you don't have your kids and this and that? Because, at this point, I stay in his place, one of his places. And so, a lot of people always, get to the point and like, do you have men coming over? No, I respect him. I don't have men coming over. I go to, like the hotels and stuff like that. But, you know what I'm saying? And I also practice safe sex. I use rubbers. So, but this time the rubber had slipped out and I got pregnant by one of my escorts. And I thought it was by him. We did the blood test. And, he got to the point, he got very upset in his feelings. And he started trying to, say he don't want my kids to be around my new baby. And he started making me pay rent.
The father of 10 of your kids, who I'm just going to assume knows what you do for a living, got mad because you had an oopsie. And for punishment, he making you pay rent now. I'm just going to assume, because you said this man make good money. God knows what he does. I'm just going to assume he don't pay child support because you was living in one of his houses. So I guess his child support is you can live here rent free, although these are my 10 children. And because you had an oopsie and got pregnant by one of your Johns, because you said, I guess you said the rubber slipped off, fell off, or something. He got mad, and his punishment to you is now you got to pay rent. So you got to take that same tail that you've been using back out there on the streets and hustle for his rent money. So if he doesn't want his kids around your new baby, do the 10 children that belong to him plus the grandbaby, do they go over there and live with him at where he lived with the other woman at? How does that work? God, I hope she tells this part of the story.
You never been married, right? You said?
No.
All right. So Tish, Illinois, 35 is Escort, mom to 11, kids by 2 men. 10 are by 1 man and 1 is by an Escort. Tish, what kind of man are you looking for?
I told you I'm just looking for now a friend, and if things happen, it just happen. You follow me?
What are your deal breakers?
But I thought you said the man don't want no men at his house. So where are you and the friend gonna meet up at? If your oldest child is 14 and your youngest is 1, who is watching all these kids while you out servicing the city or wherever you live at in the state of Illinois? Whatever city you live in the state of Illinois, who is watching all these children? Oh my God. Baby, and you know what? Some of y'all might think this is real, y'all. Because what y'all got to understand, there are people out here who really live like this. There are people who really think like that. Like this is a real thing. This is not fake, y'all. Y'all act like when y'all hear stuff like, oh my God, just because y'all don't live like that, or y'all may not know people that live like that, this woman's mentality is a real thing.
I don't like liars.
Okay.
I don't want nobody who into like drugs or nothing like that. That's a deal breaker. I don't smoke cigarettes, and I don't want my guy to do it either.
Should he look a certain way?
No, looks don't faze me, but he gotta have coins.
How much money should he make?
6 figures or better or more.
So more than 6 figures is 7. So you're saying be a millionaire?
Yeah.
Sis, either that bonnet is on your head too tight, or you might need to loosen the arm of your glasses. Maybe it's pushing up against the temple of your brain. But sis, what man? No, really, sis. I'm going to be disrespectful. What man? No, really, sis. What? First and foremost, you're on here with a bonnet. That's number 1. Your face is way too far in the camera. That's number 2. Okay. Rhea said, "What the hell?" Okay. Sis, what? Sis, you're lucky if the man makes $50,000 a year. No, really. Like, because think about it. You meet a woman, and this woman, and she tells you she has 11 kids, and her oldest is 14, and her 14-year-old has a 2-year-old. And then it's you having a baby right after your 14-year-old. Damn.
The child of 10's dad was wealthy.
Yes.
I'm assuming you get child support.
No, how do I get child support and my kids stay with him?
Oh, so all your kids live with him?
Yeah.
Do any of them? All you have is the 1-year-old?
Yeah, my 1-year-old girl. Yeah.
So is this a court appointed? Did the court appoint your children to live with him?
No, it wasn't like that. It's just like, the fact that, I stay up on his roof. So, you know what I'm saying? He felt like, he thought I was gonna try to put him on child support, but that wasn't even the case, whatever stuff like that. So he was like, well, you stay, once we had we split up like around about 5 years ago. And so he got the, nice big house and stuff like that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I stay here, with my baby. And so he had told me that if I, he thought I was going to try to put him on child support. So he had said, well, just give me my kids and stuff like that so I can take her out. And I said, okay. Until things get better, whereas I can buy me a house.
How you gonna buy a house, sis, on escort money? I mean, sis, so you were okay with the 10 kids going to live with him, and you there with your one baby? Your 14-year-old daughter is being raised by another woman, and your grandbaby, and you were okay with, like, me personally, I'd be like, sir, have your house. Let me go find me a place to live that can fit me and all my children. And I'm going to still take you to child support, and I'm going to still get this rent paid at the new house. I'm just going to assume every house in the city that you live in is not owned by this man that's the father of your 10 children. It's the mentality. Baby, when I don't know what, baby.
Let's do the Kendra Cam, Tish. That's when you stand up and we see your full body.
Girl. Oh my God. See that? Look, I don't know about none of this, but girl, I
don't have to take your clothes off. You just have to stand up.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. The point is, I only got on that, and
Well, do you want to go put something on?
Yeah, I'll put something on. So you wouldn't have wait that long for me to do that.
Well, it can't take forever.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, what you want to do? Can I do it another time?
No, we'll have to end here.
Okay, we can just end it.
I'll disconnect you. What you want to do, Tish?
Kendra, you sound like you're a very nice person, and I respect you, and I will be still watching your shows.
Okay. Well, I wish you the best.
Thank you, love.
You're welcome.
All right.
Oh, Lord. Y'all, you could tell Kendra was so low energy. That girl was a whole entire mess. So now I see why she had time to lay across the bed, the couch, the air mattress, whatever she was laying across, and come on Kendra's show, because all 10 of her kids are being raised by the dad, and the grandbaby that she has is all living at somebody else's house. And you know what's they probably getting better care over there. I'm just going to be very honest with you. That was actually very sad. And that was the epitome of brace yourself, because that lady, she says she has social media. I'm going to be honest with you, y'all. I didn't go try to look and find out, because that right there was more than enough for me, but it was the fact that this man sat up here and impregnated that lady 10 different times and never thought to marry her. The most he did for her is put her in a house that he owns until she slipped up and got pregnant by one of her escorts. And then he said, well, now you got to pay rent, and I don't want my kids around a baby that don't belong to me. And she said they split up 5 years ago. So if y'all split up 5 years ago and he lived with another woman, why would he even think that the 1-year-old would be his? It definitely does sound like some type of pimp behavior. But it to me, it's the mentality of a lot of these women, and not knowing your worth, and you can preach that and preach that till you blue in the face, but at the end of the day, you have to know yourself. Like he probably was, because you could tell she's that type. The fact that she agreed to give up the kids because he said so, because he thought that she was going to put him on child support. So he said, well, just give me the kids. And she gave them to him anyway. Quiet as kept, he probably got her paying child support. If you really want to know the truth. 5 years ago, and still have young kids that are his. Okay? Like when she said 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, I said stair-stepping would definitely not, like that was a lot, y'all. That was a lot. Okay. Whoo, boy, that was a whole lot. God bless that child that has that 2-year-old. I could imagine how that literally turned that little girl's life upside down. And it doesn't sound like she has very much support, obviously, from her mother. And God knows who the father is and how much support she got from that. You say he must be rich. I'm just going to assume, I'm going to hope at this point that's the only baby mama he got. Okay. You're right, Corey, a whole damn staircase, talking about stair steppers. Girl, a whole, it was her pronunciation of he sent and lived and all. Oh, God. All right, y'all, let's get into another one, okay? Because I definitely told you guys I was going to do a couple of Kendra G. We're going to react to Wine Glass. We're going to squeeze her in. But I definitely wanted to get some Kendra G reactions in, y'all. I think we needed a little change of pace. Now this one, y'all, is hilarious. Now don't be shocked when she come on the screen, okay? But she said she was dating a famous singer and he ghosted her. As she sits here and looks like a ghost. Okay, y'all, let's continue.
Check my DMs. But I saw a DM from you. Mm-hmm. You reached out to me last week and were like, I really want to come on your show. And you have a story. How did you hear about my show, first of all? Kendra G Singles, the dating app, is available now on iPhones and Android phones.
I've been supporting you so long because I love what you've been doing. Even when I was in a relationship, I used to always check your live out. So I just always liked what you was doing. And then I had a friend that was on here before, and she was on here. And then also being from King of Diamonds, one of the guys that does my brunch with me every Sunday, he was on here, Dance Machine. Oh, yeah. So okay. So and I'm the creator of that brunch. So he told me I should do the show.
Okay. So I don't know everything. So I'm about to meet you for the first time. I'm gonna go through my list of questions. I know you told me.
I just have one question for all my makeup gals in the chat. Okay. Does that lipstick match her skin complexion? Like, if you're so fair-skinned like that, should you have on that colored lippy? I like makeup, but I'm not a makeup guru, you guys. Honey Lynn said no, sis. Yeah, because it was given washed out, ghost. It was given transparent. I didn't know what was going on. It was orangish, blondish, reddish, whatever color that is in her hair, with the very, very, very Michael Jackson tone type skin with the peach. Is that peach color lippy? I almost got nauseated watching this woman.
Some of the stuff in the DM, but I'll let it just come out as we do the interview.
Okay.
All right. Tell me your name again, honey.
My name is Madison.
And you're in Atlanta, right?
Yes, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
And how old are you?
I'm 51.
Oh, okay. And what do you do for a living?
I am a recording artist. Yeah. They call me Cougar, and I'm also an entrepreneur here in Atlanta. I do the KOD brunch, and I also do marketing and promotions.
Do you have any kids?
Yes, I do too.
How old are your 2 kids?
My son is 21 and my daughter is 29.
Both are the same man?
No, I was married twice.
Okay. When did you get to?
Did she just recently get Botox? Because why when she talks, it almost like she can't open her mouth all the way. It's almost like she's talking with her jaws or her teeth clenched. Did she just get Botox or something?
Divorced last?
I've been divorced for now 9 years.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And what's your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aries.
Mm-hmm. So we got Madison in Atlanta, 51, is the Aries, entrepreneur, recording artist, Mom of two kids by two men. She was married twice. Now, the recording artist, that's the part I remember. So I don't remember it all, but you DM'd me and you told me you dated somebody famous and then you made a diss record to them. What was that story again?
Yes, I dated someone that was in one of the R&B groups from back in the day, and I redid the track. I just remixed it with Little Scrappy. It's called Ghosted because after 11 months in the relationship, he just totally ghosts.
Okay. Is it a secret of who the artist is? Do you not say his name?
I just say that he was in one of the groups of Silk. I'll tell you, his name was Jimmy Gapes. Everybody knows who he was.
Okay. Was this record recent?
Okay, so she dated Jimmy Gates from the group Silk. Okay.
I recorded the record about 3 years ago, and me and Scrappy did the remix. Me and Little Scrappy just did the remix about 3 months ago.
Okay. Now,
wait. So you said after 11 months of you and him dating, he ghosted you. And you wrote the record 3 years ago, and you and Little Scrappy remixed it as recent as 3 months ago. So it sounds like it's been at least 3 to 4 years that you guys haven't spoke. Sis, why are we still doing diss tracks? Like, shouldn't he be out of your system by now? You're in Atlanta, right? We do understand that the women outweigh the men in Atlanta, but there are still some men there that are actually straight. All of them are not gay, and all of them are not married. Since the time you spent remixing a song for a man that you ain't been with in about 3 or 4 years, since you could have been making a love song for a man that you've been with for the past 3 years. Yikes.
Now, is he one of your children's dads?
No.
No, okay.
No.
How does he feel about that diss record?
I'm sure he doesn't like it that much, but I didn't enjoy being ghosted after we were in a serious relationship.
How long were you in a serious relationship for?
We was in a relationship for 11 months. We met on a Valentine's Day because I booked the group to perform for one of my parties. Like I said, I book artists to perform at my brunches and my events here in Atlanta. So we met on a Valentine's Day, and that's when we started dating.
And so for 11 months, y'all were in a relationship, not dating?
We were in a relationship. After 3 months, it became a relationship.
Got you. Did he live in Atlanta too?
Yes, he does.
Okay. And then I guess 11 months into the relationship, he just disappeared?
Yes, just disappeared. We came back from a show out of town. I had to do my brunch that Sunday. I got up in the morning. I said, I'll call you when I get done with my brunch. I never heard from him again. And the next time I found out, somebody DM'd me a picture after I came out with the song, and they said, sis, he's married. That's why you didn't hear from him again. He told me he was divorced.
Oh, so sis, he was creeping. Well, sis, y'all couldn't have been too much of a serious relationship. You said y'all was together for 11 months. And after 3 months of, I guess, messing around, dating and messing around, y'all became serious after 3 months. So how serious was it? Because you didn't know, did you not meet any of his family, mothers, brothers, sisters, cousins, grandmas, daddies, homeboys? You didn't meet none of it? Because sis, I'm just going to keep it 100. Had you not met any of the family, I don't think it was that serious. No, sis, because typically when he bring you to meet mama, and let's say mama's deceased, if he bring you to meet grandma, or if he bring you to meet the woman that he feels like is the mama that's no longer here, sis, that's when you can kind of say it's serious. If that didn't happen, was y'all posted on each other's social media? Probably not. But somebody had to show you his social media to show you he with his wife. Yikes.
So when y'all were in this relationship, how often were you seeing each other?
All the time. He had moved out. He was rebuilding. If you listen to the lyrics of the song, I say sleeping in an airbed. I was supporting him. I thought he was just rebuilding his life after he had got a divorce, because that's the story that he had told me. So that's
And
what
when
I
was
was
this
under
again?
impression.
When did this happen? What year was this?
This was 3 years ago.
So
I've had the
we're
song now
2020
for 3 years.
So 2022.
Yes.
And you haven't seen his face ever since he ghosted you.
Because we both do R&B music, I have been at a show and I saw him like about 8 months after he ghosted me. But I try to stay away from where he's at, where he's located. I don't really do his
Well, I
events.
want to know, did you see him with his wife? Did he approach you? Did he say anything? Like,
No, he wasn't with his wife. He was just doing a show. I have never seen his wife, just on a picture.
so he was performing when you saw him? Like, you didn't see him backstage?
No, I tried to go to the side of the stage and I tried to have a conversation with him, but he took off running.
Ooh.
And after the song came out, he didn't text you or say anything?
No, he had some of his family members to text me and tell me not to put out the song. It's not in my best interest. It will hurt my career. And that just made me more determined to put the song out. So, and now I remixed it.
Woo! Yeah, okay. And now listen, but Madison, a man might be scared to mess with you, child. Yeah, you gonna put him on the fast, they don't act right. They're like, you don't play with Madison because she gonna put, if you don't act right, she gonna make a song about it.
Yes. Yes. But you know, music is about emotions. So I was a little emotional from that.
Listen, here's the deal. For each their own and how you want to tell your story, you know, after a breakup happens. But I mean, just being honest, there are going to be some men that are going to be nervous because they're like, you know, do I want my story to be out there next? So here's the deal, fellas. Only hit if you plan on coming correct. Because if you don't, you already know. This song number 2, she got the beat already. Don't give it a lyric.
Right, Tina. Oh, are you serious? Is this Shirley Strawberry's ex-husband Nesto? What's the side chick? What was her name? This is her homegirl? What was Nesto's side chick name? Child, I fell off that story a long time ago. Sonya. This is Sonya? This is Sonya's friend? Oh, are y'all? Oh, okay. Now I get it. Okay, because Sonya was a nutcase. Oh, so this is Sonya's Nesto's side chick. Are they still together? I know he's still in jail. Oh, it is HBB? Okay. Funny.
Okay, let's start. Madison, what kind of man are you looking for?
I'm looking for a man that's about family, that's spiritual. Also,
Really
he has to be a go-getter and just match my fly and understand my lifestyle and not be insecure about it. I know I have a background in the past, but they just got to come at me correctly. I'm never going to write a song about somebody just doing me right. That's all I ask.
Okay, they're asking me to, because I do normally say this.
Okay.
So they want you to give 20 seconds of the song. So is it a rap or a sing? Are you a singer or a rapper?
It's part rap and part singing, so I give you the beginning of the song.
They want you to sing. So the request is for you to sing.
Okay. All right. So I sing the hook.
Okay.
I have to go into the rap, the beginning of the song, and then I end with the hook.
Okay.
Okay, so it's sleeping with a nigga in the air bed, average dick, not getting a pair, riding in a buy here, pay here car, thought this nigga was a superstar, couldn't even afford me, broke ass nigga ignored me, got me out here on my grind. Have you ever been ghosted?
Let's go back. Hold on, yeah. Let's go back.
To go into the rap, the beginning of the song, and then I end with the hook.
Okay.
Okay, so it's sleeping with a nigga in the air bed, average dick, not getting a pair, riding in a buy here, pay here car, thought this nigga was a superstar, couldn't even afford me, broke ass nigga ignored me, got me out here on my grind. Have you ever been ghosted?
Now, since I just have one question. If this ninja was sleeping on an airbed, driving in a buy here, pay here car, sound like he really wasn't worth your time. You said he had you out here on your grind. It sounded like he needed to be ghosted. Like although he ghosted you, it don't sound like he was really worth your time. So why did you spend the time to write this rhyme? And then you went and enlisted Little Scrappy to do the remix. Scrap, now you used to be my boy back in the day. Oh, you done fell off if you done fell on to this here. Sis, let it go. You act like that's the best ping you maybe it is. Child, is it really that bad in Atlanta? The man shortage is that bad that you got to do you're still holding on to a 11-month relationship that ended about 3-4 years ago, and you still talking about it and rapping about it 3-4 years later? Yikes.
Wait, I heard air mattress. I heard the penis wasn't good. I heard he couldn't afford it. Child, you let it all out.
I was upset, Kendra. That's when I was mad. Now it's just turned into a healing process for me, really getting it out on the music.
Sis, healing, what are you healing from? It was 11 months. 4 years ago. Are y'all on the same healing journey? Because, sis, we trying to figure out what's to figure out. What is you healing from? I'm just, baby, y'all kill me. Since you mad because it's obvious this was the best thing smoking for, let's be honest, y'all. She's probably been on dates since then. But that was probably the best ping she'd had probably ever. And the woman said she's been married twice before. She got 2 kids from both her marriages. She definitely needs something adjusted. I don't know if it's the wig, the bleaching, the Botox. Something needs to be adjusted. Because whatever they're doing, it's cutting off circulation. Sis, you need to let it go. No, really. Because you out here sounding and looking literally and figuratively like a clown.
Help me heal from it, to tell the truth.
Okay, sing it one more time.
One more time.
Okay, we'll close out with it. All right.
Okay.
What kind of man you looking for?
I'm just looking for a man that is.
Madison, don't have your head cut off.
Okay.
What kind of man?
Okay. I'm looking for a man that's a go-getter, someone.
Kendra, let her cut it off. Let her go back and cut that head off. Because when you did that whole head shot, oh Lord.
He doesn't have to really be wealthy, but he has to just match what I'm doing. I want to have a power couple situation, someone that's matching what I'm doing so we can grow together. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
I don't really like young dudes. Even though my artist name is Cougar, I really prefer someone 40 and up. He can't be insecure. I need somebody that's secure in who he is and very comfortable with what I have going on in my life, and I can be comfortable with him.
Sis, what do you have going on in your life? I heard you say you had the brunches for the KOD, the King of Diamond brunches. You do marketing. You spin records. Okay. What do you do that he has to match your energy? Like, sis, if you got so much going on, why are you on this show? If you're traveling, and rubbing elbows with people like Little Scrappy. Not saying Little Scrappy is, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, just what you got going on. And your stage name is Cougar. God damn. Baby, these people are a mess.
And also, he has to be about family. I've been dating a lot of guys that just don't appreciate coming from a big family and doesn't understand, you know, me spending time with my family.
Okay.
Yes.
Should he look a certain way?
Not
I used to think I had a type, but really I just like people that match my energy now. Somebody that just makes me feel good.
Okay.
Oh,
what are your deal breakers?
I do like tall. I do like taller guys.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Yes,
I don't like guys that smoke. I don't like guys that don't know how to communicate. You have to be able to communicate with me and be able to get your point across. And then somebody that is a go-getter, not just too comfortable and just want to Netflix and chill and stay in the house all the time.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay. Hold on. You ready?
No, we're not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wait. We got to see. Can that person hold the camera? Who's with you?
Oh, that's my friend. He just moved here from London, and I was in the middle of visiting him. That's Chad.
Hey, Chad. Give him the phone because I can't really do the Kendra Cam. Have him put the phone on you so we can do the Kendra Cam.
Okay.
This is be better. All right. And bring it down so we can see your legs. Bring it down. Okay, now we see you. Wait. No, bring it down, sir. You see it, sir. There we go. Okay. All right, we got you, girl. Okay. We see you, mama. So, Madison, do you want the guy to be in Atlanta?
I would like for him to be in Atlanta, but I'm open to travel. I'd like to travel, so.
Okay. What is, you already did the age range. You say you want to date 40 and up?
Yeah, Chrissy's not cute at all.
Okay.
I'm 51, so 40 to about 55.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask, when's the last time you were intimate with someone?
I've been celibate now for 7 months.
Okay. Are you celibate until relationship, marriage?
I was celibate right now because I just was going through a spiritual cleanse. I think I was just meeting all the wrong men. And
oh, Lord. No, wait, hold out. Yeah, wait a minute. You just was in the bed with somebody about 7-8 months ago. You still reminiscing about a ninja from 3-4 years ago. So you done had some ugh since him. And now you said, I've been celibate for 7 months, but you said that like it was 7 years. 7 months, like 7 minutes. Yeah. This is too much. How did she really think? She said, I'm going on like a spiritual. Sis, if you're going on a spiritual cleansing, then why you got your hot ass on this app? Okay? Because how do you know the man that would potentially be interested in you will want to spiritually cleanse with you, sis? Like, come on. And especially talking about you trying to date a man from 40 to 55. Girl, I'm 40 years old. They try, baby, do you watch social media? Sis, go sit your tail down somewhere. I want her to go home.
In all the wrong places. So I felt like there were some things I need to work on in myself. So that's why I became a bit.
Okay. So is there a goal to this or just no goal?
Well, it was up until my birthday, and my birthday was April 2nd. So now that's why I said I'm going to come on your show and see if I can get some look in dating.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 flaws.
She can even do a whole year with the spiritual cleansing. Hot in the ass.
What you have to work on?
I think I'm too trusting. A lot of my friends say I'm too trusting. One of my other flaws is I'm too giving. He's adding things on.
What is he saying?
And also I could be a little bit judgmental in dating. Like sometimes I think I knocked myself out of dating some of the people I was dating because I was looking for the wrong things.
Okay, what were some of the things you were looking for in the past that you felt were the wrong things?
I was so focused on looks. I was like focused on looks. I was so focused on like he had to have a certain kind of job, things like that. But now I've been meeting men that's just they go getters and whatever they're doing, and I've learned to date people for who they are more so than judging what they do and all that other stuff.
I gotta say, I feel for the women in Atlanta.
So basically, sis, what you're trying to say is you're more interested in how a man treats you than more so what he can do for you. You're able to appreciate how a man treats you more so than what he can do for you. Because it sounds like you can do for yourself. Now, I'm not saying you want a brokey. I'm not saying that. Okay? But it sounds like that's what because you've been running across the hot boys and they've been leaving your ass cold. Oh, okay, sis. I hear you.
Atlanta is a tough
she said 51
dating market. You know, we did I did a singles live tour, and we did like the speed dating, and we did in Atlanta. And usually in some of the cities, like the way the speed dating would work was the guys would get a chip and they would invite the first girl they wanted to speed date with, and then everybody would rotate the girls, but you had to be invited by a guy. Atlanta was the first city where majority of the men did not want to pick the girls. Like they literally wanted to be picked. And I was like, fellas, you have to pick a girl. And they really are. And I'm not saying, again, this doesn't apply to all the men in Atlanta. So if I'm not talking to you, don't feel it in your soul. But there are a lot of, when I say princess, I don't mean gay. I mean men that feel like you got to court them. There's a lot of men in Atlanta that feel like I'm the prize. So if you want me.
But that's because of the shortage. Because there's the ratio, I don't know how it used to be said, it's more women than men, right? So the men, in a sense, have the pick of the litter. So I think that's what Kendra is trying to get to. But you know what? Here's the thing. This lady is 51 years old. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. She really needs to do something with her makeup and her hair, because I'm not going to say she's ugly, but the makeup and the hair and the lippy, it's not giving what it should give. Okay. But being over 50, she needs to date within her age range. Me personally, I think 40 is a little too young for her, especially what she's looking for. She wants somebody that can match her energy. I don't know what her energy is exactly. Sound like a little bit of hot girlish, okay? But I think at this point she needs to just look to settle down with somebody she can continue to grow with, right? Somebody that can treat her like she feels like she needs to be treated, like she should be treated. Depends on how she treats herself. Because let's be honest, a man gonna treat you the way you allow him to, right? And so, case in point, you doing a diss track on a man that you haven't been with in over 3 years definitely sounds like you're not valuing yourself. Because once that man ghosted you, and maybe you mourned over that for, I don't know, 30 days, maybe 60. It wasn't like you guys were engaged to be married, since it was just a relationship that failed, right? And it's not like obviously she was in 2 marriages that are no longer, okay? So writing diss tracks in your 50s is not giving mature, in my opinion. Holding your head up high and looking straight ahead instead of behind you sounds like persevering on. That to me, that would give more spiritual cleansing. Okay. So what in my opinion, she needs to stop dealing with the hurt, or maybe deal with the hurt and move past it. And maybe she can, meet somebody. She can bump into somebody. Like she says, she travels a lot, and maybe she's meeting what she's giving off, based on how she's dressed and how she looks. Maybe the men that are a little more mature, that would probably treat her like the queen that she should be treated as, are looking past her, because they're probably looking at her thinking, oh, she wants some old YN. She ain't looking for somebody mature and, established. She's not looking for that, because what she's presenting, basically how she came on the show, in my opinion.
how much energy are you going to put in to get me? I didn't feel that energy in other cities, but I definitely felt that in Atlanta. So I feel for the women I feel for the women in the ATL.
True. It's so true. I go out in Atlanta a lot in my social life, and if you don't approach them, they will not approach you.
Yeah. So my prayers are with you, ATL girls. All right. Why would a guy be like to be with you, Madison?
I mean, Atlanta is just one city in the state of Georgia. There are other cities in the state of Georgia. Atlanta's not there. There's Savannah. That's another big city. There's several cities in the state of Georgia. I mean, maybe you need to look outside of Atlanta. She says she does a lot of nightlife in Atlanta. Maybe you should go do nightlife in other parts of the state of Georgia. Maybe, I mean, broaden your horizons, open your options up.
I think I love to cook. So you're going to always eat good with me. I love to do fun things. I'm a fun person. I love to travel. And I believe in building. I believe it's very important to be in a relationship with someone that you can build with. And I love my family. And nothing's like a good old cookout. So I think I'm a fun person to be with.
When you write Black and Bougie, Black and Bougie said, I will floss with a chitlin before I approach a man. Like Augusta. Yeah, Augusta is another large city in the state of Georgia. Approaching the men, like, come on now. Like, I do understand this is a new era, new age, social media, dating platforms and websites is a new thing. And, you know, I get all that, but baby, I mean, I feel like I get it. You know, men and women, they can approach each other, but I'm with Black and Bougie. Like, before I approach it, no. You know, I just feel like the men should still be like, hey, how are you? You know what I'm saying? Hi, my name is whomever, and yours. Like, I still feel like that should be a thing when it comes to men trying to date women. You know, I don't know if it, to me personally, and this is just my personal opinion, when women approach the men, to me, it just gives off thirsty. I don't know.
Okay, let's do it. Madison ATL 51. Are you on the Kendra G Singles dating app, Madison?
Yes, I am.
Okay, what's your name on the app?
My name is at COUGS. At COUGS.
GS. Okay,
yes.
Here's that's a good picture.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
COUGS. Oh, look at these outfits. COUGS.
Yes.
COUGS is her Kendra G Singles dating app name. COUGS. COU.
She looked better right here on her profile pic on dating app.
Madison
look
in
like she
Atlanta.
dressed, y'all. Like she's 51. Like, sis, I'm not saying 51 that you need to have on a dress down to your ankles. I'm not saying that, but it's heavily filtered, Bonita. It's really like she's getting what she's giving, basically. She's getting what she's giving, and let's be honest, y'all. She likes the attention, right? So she's not going to meet anything serious until she changes how she appears on social media. Okay. You said, are those AI pics, Proud Mama? I think they're heavily filtered. That's what Bonita said.
Okay. So Madison, long-term relationship. She's a recording artist. Are you a new recording artist?
Yes, I am. I just got my distribution with Universal Music Group about 4 months ago, and I'm recording my first album right now.
Oh, wow. So, yes. And what kind, is it rapping?
No, it's R&B music.
R&B music. Okay.
Yes. My style has kind of changed since Ghosted. My style is totally different.
Okay. It says, I'm just looking for love, been looking all in the wrong places. I live a very busy lifestyle as a recording artist and entrepreneur. I'm looking for someone who's not insecure and a go-getter, but you gotta match my fly. COUGS.
She looks very different in those profile
Kendra G Singles dating app name COUGS. Hit up Madison and let's see what it does. All right, you can send her a DM, fellas. Click on this to send her a DM. I'm gonna send her one right now. Hey, girl, hey. And there you have it. All right, Madison, you should have got it if you're logged into the app. You should have got a message.
Yeah, I think so too, Tina. You said her voice is not good. So it sounds like some of you guys have went and found her song, and apparently the other people on this sound better than her. Well, y'all, she says she's filming a R&B album now, so I guess we'll see how it charts on the Billboard charting. Maybe she can get her little hit over there on TikTok. I don't know. Like I said, y'all, she definitely was different. At her age, 51, you know what I'm saying? I think she needs to tone it down a little bit. She needs to kind of embrace her maturity a little more. And leave them little YNs alone. I think that's what she's been dealing with, all the YNs, and they've been taking her for a run for her money because you could tell she wants somebody that she can be a little serious with, can grow with, but she's, picking the boys that's the men, 30s and 35s and 40s, and her being 51, 40 and 51, it's a 10, 11 year difference. I think she should hit it at about 50 to about 55. Stay within her, within her range. Yeah, she definitely do owe me some coins, Tina. Okay. Talk that tea. Woo! Okay, y'all, that was a lot. That was a lot. I know y'all enjoy the Kendra G reactions, and I enjoy doing them with y'all. I got another one I want to do. It's on this man. It's a little long, but we can't do that one tonight because we already been on here for an hour. But I did promise y'all yesterday we was going to do a wine glass and chill. So this is like a little bonus. Wine glass and chill did. Y'all know she tickles me. Oh, my God. She did a grocery haul, y'all, the other day. And I hollered. We got to do this grocery haul, y'all. Hold on. Let me find it. Oh, boy. Let me do it. She said a $500 grocery haul, y'all. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Okay. Let me get her on in there. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. All right, Pearl. Thanks for stopping by, baby. I appreciate you. So Wineglass said this was a massive $500 grocery haul. Y'all know Wineglass said you don't get food stamps anymore. So I guess sis said she was spending her coins on this. So let's get into it. I don't know how to say it. But yes, I spent $500. Well, I really spent like $530 something on all this food I got and the Pampers. So I also got water downstairs and watermelon. So that's not gonna be in this little haul because it's still downstairs. So I'm gonna have to get this done. So I did most of my shopping at Sam's Club. I spent $500 at Sam's Club. So let me show y'all what I got at Sam's Club. I got 3 bags of chips from Sam's Club. Where's the other bag? I think I brought bags some I got 4 bags of chips. I got these hot fries. I got Cheetos and Doritos, and I also got barbecue chips. From Sam's as $4.65. And what else I got was I really wanted to restock up on our meat because somebody unplugged our deep freezer. So this is what I wanted to do was stock up. So I ended up getting chicken drumsticks, and I always get chicken drumsticks because they are the cheapest. So at Sam's Club for this pack, and it's like 3 in each pack, it was $4.72. And then this one is
$4.98. So I got this. I got 3 packs. I got a pack of chicken thighs, and chicken thighs this was $6.59. Also got another pack of drumsticks, $5.03. And here's another pack of chicken thighs for $6.31.
So let me say this. It depends on what you're buying when you're buying in bulk. If it's actually a good, me personally, the several single bags of chips that she bought. Again, Wine Glass got 4, well, really 5, including Bay. 5 kids in the house. Okay. Me personally, she would have did better buying the multi-box bags of chips. The box that comes with I think it's like 50 in the box. To me personally, especially with the kids they're out of school now or very close to getting out of school, that would have stretched, in my opinion, versus that bag. Because the first time you open up that bag and give something to the kids and somebody leave that bag open, and just like she said, somebody unplugged the deep freezer and she didn't realize it, it's the first time that bag of chips get opened, becomes stale. Obviously, nobody wants to eat stale chips, and you just wasted a whole big bag of chips. I personally, when my kids were young like that, the only time I would buy like the big bag of Doritos, if I was making variety box, thank you, Sean, is if I was making like nachos or something like that. Then that's when I would buy bags like that. But if for them to have for snacks and lunches, baby, we always bought the multi-box, the variety box. Hands down, because it just made more sense to me. And I was able to ration it out better that way. I could say, yeah, you can get one. You know, and it seemed for me, because I didn't let my kids just run through stuff, it lasted longer. Like what I have noticed watching a lot of these ladies, a lot of them do not know how to shop, especially for them having large families. They do not know how to shop. And that's with food stamps and without food stamps. And it's even more painful for the fact that you getting food stamps and you still don't know how to shop.
I also got a pack, which I'm going to put this in another pack. In a Ziploc bag. I got some pork steaks, and it was $14.95. I got 2 things of ground beef.
Now, I ain't going to lie to you. The $14.95 for them pork steaks, that's kind of expensive. She probably would have been better off going to like Kroger, getting because they got Kroger's in Wisconsin. She would have probably been, or going to Myers. Me personally, I like getting my meat from Myers. I don't really buy a lot of meat from Sam's Club. It just depends on the sale, right? I go to Sam's Club for other things when I want to bulk shop. But when it comes to meat, I just me personally, I like Myers and Kroger's. Okay, now Myers is not everywhere. It's Myers is like in Michigan, Wisconsin, Indiana, Illinois. It's not in the South and stuff like that, or it's not on the West Coast. It's not on the East Coast. A lot of you guys may not know about Myers, but I typically like going there. You too, Miss Corey? Yeah, I like getting my meat from there. I don't really do the book. Now, to me, if you had some type of restaurant, some type of business or something like that, yeah, going there would make sense to, but feeding a family like hers, she don't really need to do that. To me, it would be cheaper if she would just go to Myers or Kroger's. And that's just my opinion. And I know this from buying for a large family. Yeah, all these are Kroger. Yeah. I don't really do it. It just really depends.
It was ringing up as $24 and some change. So I got 2 of these.
Is he gonna bring that water in that's still sitting downstairs?
Put these up. Also got some chicken wings. This big pack is $24 at Sam's Club. Also got
sorry, y'all, it's lagging a little bit.
some chicken tenders. These was $14.95 at Sam's Club, which I think is a little high, but I got them because they are banging and they good. I also got some chicken nuggets. RJ said he wanted chicken nuggets, so they was a 11.
Now I ain't gonna lie, Tyson is a good brand. Tyson is a good brand, but when you're on a budget, what she paid for those chicken nuggets, Tyson's at Sam's Club, she could have went to Aldi's, she could have went to Kroger, and she could have probably got more and spent less than buying that bag. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to use your head. You can't do all shop. I never did all my grocery shopping at one store. And a lot of that come from me, y'all being a couponer back in the day. I never did all my grocery shopping at one. To me personally, that's not good budgeting when you do it all at one. Because let's be honest, all stores have different sales going on. So that Tyson is an expensive brand. It's a good brand, but it's also expensive. Wineglass states she doesn't get food stamps anymore. So you're spending your cash, right? So she would have been better off maybe going to Aldi's or Kroger's. Hell, maybe even Walmart, the Great Value brand. And she could have probably got more bags, paid less. I mean, let's be honest, y'all. A chicken nugget is a damn chicken nugget. It's processed food.
95. I got some hot dogs. These are their beef hot dogs. These was $11. Right, Jimmy John's. I got this. This was bringing up $5 and something cent.
It's not Jimmy John's. It's Jimmy Dean.
I also got some blackberries. And these was bringing up at $7 and something. And then
why did you get blackberries, Wineglass? Why not just get a bag of apples? Why not get a bag of apples, a bag of oranges, and some bananas? You could have did way more with them. Look, I ain't telling the woman. I'm just saying, like, you say you on a budget, right? What the frick did you need blackberries for? How many times have you ever heard her say, let me go in the refrigerator and give me some blackberries? $7 for blackberries. Baby, them things would have sat right there. You hear me? Unless I was making some type of special dish.
I got a whole bunch of cut up meat. These was ringing up as, I think, $6.98, but I could be wrong. So, yeah. So, got some cheese. This was $11 for this whole pack. I got the Mexican style one, but this don't have, like, the seasoning in it. I got that. And then I got some seasoning, and I believe this was ringing up at $6 for 10 packs taco seasoning. I also got some mac and cheese, the Velveeta kind. I also got, this was ringing up, I believe, $11, and these was ringing up as $9.98. I know for sure. I got onion and garlic powder because I feel like we always run out of seasoning. I also got some ranch. This was ringing up as, I'm assuming it was like $8 for these.
No,
this one was ringing up
more than $8.
On sale for $5.
A big bottle of Hidden Valley Ranch at Walmart. One bottle is damn near $8. So you definitely paid more than $8 for those 2 bottles of Hidden Valley Ranch. That's the thing. You picking up stuff, you giving us prices, and you don't even really know what you paid for. Where is your receipt, ma'am? Just look at your receipt.
$98. I also got some cereal that was ringing up at $7.98. I got this cereal. I don't think I brought any other kind. I just got this cereal. I also got some egg bites that was ringing up as the $11.98. So I got 2 of these for the morning, so we won't have to cook.
You bought egg bites for the morning, so y'all don't have to cook. But yet you bought Jimmy Dean sausage and those $11 for them egg bites. Girl, you could have just bought some more sausage and some eggs. It would have sat on those kids' stomach longer than them damn egg. Trust me, them egg bites was for her and back. They had nothing to do with them kids. Yeah, $9.98. That's what she's talking about. She paid $8.
I also got some grapes for the kids and for me. I love grapes. I always buy fruit because my kids love fruit. We just always raise them off of fruit. So I did buy the regular salami and the spicy salami. I also got the honey ham and the cold cuts, and I believe these was ringing up at $6.98.
Now think about it, y'all. Doesn't this give food stamp? Now somebody who's on a budget and spending their cash, claim they broke, screaming about they didn't get their YouTube check. Would you go into Sam's Club and buy 2 different types of salami, spicy and regular? And you spending your cash and you say you on a budget, you barely making it? Yeah, no. Girl, you spending for stamps, ma'am. Because somebody who's spending cash and on a budget, if you just want salami, you gonna pick. I'm either gonna get spicy or regular. I ain't getting both.
I also got 2 packs of cherries. They was ringing up at $7 and something cents. So I got 2 of these. I also got.
She spent $14 on cherries. Ain't bought nan apple, ain't bought nan orange, ain't bought nan banana, but claim her and her kids just love fruit. You spent $14 on cherries? Okay, girl.
Some croissants. My kids love these. These was ringing up at $5.98. I got 2 big old packs of rice. $1. Anything that's in plus, I feel like it's more than 10 or damn near 5 10. I also got 2 packs of 5-pound apples. My kids love apples. Eat these.
Shit, she done spent damn near $100 just on fruit.
By eyesight. So I got 2 big old bags of these. I also got some peppers. These were $6.
This is the part I was waiting on. You said you got Esme Lamonte, them Pampers. Esme Lamonte wear a size 6 in Pampers. Since if he's wearing a size 6 in Pampers, he definitely needs to be fitting a size 4T in underwear. Size 6, what's the pound on that? And that's 100 diapers? Girl, ain't no way. If he, don't it stop at a size 6 for diapers? Girl, if he's, little Esme Lamonte need to be sitting on that toilet. Okay, girl? Because that money, what you spend on them diapers, about $30, $40? That could have been some more egg bites.
At 35. I mean, 635. These was $40. Okay, that was on sale for $35. If you remember, so I got these for $35 at Sam's Club, and these are the best Pampers ever. I did get some that was for, I think his was nighttime Pampers. They was supposed to hold more, but they don't. He hold the best.
So you buying him Pampers to wear at night? Instead of you and Babe between the two of y'all? getting up in the middle of the night. Let's be honest, Bay up because he playing the game. How come Bay can't get up and put wine glasses? Are you not potty? What's that little boy, about 3 now? He got to be about 3. You said, what happened to pull-ups? Girl, I guess they said, why bother? Why bother with the pull-up? I mean, if he's wearing I'm sorry, little Esme Lamonte is not wearing a size 6 diaper, sis. And if he is, he definitely should not be in diapers and in size 6. Like, I mean, at that point, girl, go on and get him some boxer briefs. Hell, you'll definitely come out much, much cheaper. And this is what I don't understand. These are stay-at-home parents. How come y'all don't spend the time that you have at home potty training your children so you don't have to spend that extra money? I never understood the philosophy of some of these people.
Because he's getting bigger and he's going to be potty trained. So these are, I like these better. So.
Okay, yeah, that's the part I want to see. My video is lagging really bad. I've probably been on here too long. You said bedwetting is a sign of stress. Bedwetting can mean a lot of things, Steve. Bedwetting can also mean parents are not getting up, or letting them drink too late at night. It could definitely mean a multitude of things. I had some bedwetters. They weren't stressed. Is sometimes I let them drink too late, or they went and snuck in, how you sneak and go in there, or your older sibling went and got you something to drink. I had that issue when my kids were young like that, but I never let my kids get over the age. And here's the thing. I'm not saying the children need to be forced to be potty trained. So don't get me wrong with that, because I understand it's a sensitive topic. A lot of times, you can say, they'll be potty trained when they're ready. But I think when they start walking and talking, and they can tell you yes and no and stop and knock stuff off the table, when they're active like that, yeah, I think it's time to get potty trained. Anytime they can take off their diaper because it's too wet on their booty, it definitely is a time to be potty trained. And little Esme Lamonte is definitely, in my opinion, old enough to be able to sit on the pot. Like, he's the youngest person in that whole house. So he sees all the boys, which is his dad and his 2 big brothers, going to the bathroom, right? So it's not like he's the only child in the house. He's the youngest child in the house. So to me personally, it should make it a little easier, in my opinion. And I'm saying that being a mom of 3 boys, girls are to me, girls are easier to potty train than boys, because you got to teach them both ways, stand up and sit down, but it's not like impossible. Even Jasmine over there with little Legend, that little boy getting ready to be 4. And he's still not potty trained. And the reason why I say this, y'all, because these kids are at home. Is a Naori out of diapers, girl? I'm gonna be honest with you. I believe Naori still wets the bed, because Naori is about 5. And he acts as if he's younger than little Esme Lamonte. More than likely, that box of diapers, hence the reason why she bought a size 6, is that box is more than likely being shared between Esme Lamonte and little Naori. That's more than likely. And Wineglass need to be ashamed of herself, especially her and that man over there. That's the father of those children. Need to be sure, because they're both at home. And even if she claims she's working outside the home, that man he's not working anywhere. He works right there in that house all day long. He definitely should be able to potty train his sons. Like me personally, and their boys, that would be his responsibility. You potty train them, because I don't got a penis, you do. And especially he's a father in the home. How come he can't potty train him? He's not doing anything else, in my opinion. I agree, Tina. I agree. I definitely agree. That was a mess. I don't know. Wine glass, like I said, I mean, at this point, I don't really understand why we still showing grocery hauls. Like, who ain't going to the store? Like, grocery hauls, unless you got a hella couponing, to me, that's when grocery hauls are interesting, right? But if you just showing me what you got at the store, I mean, at this point, girl, everybody's spending a lot of money at the store. I don't really need to see what you spent because I already know what I spent. So I can just imagine what you spent. Like, the fact that these girls are still showing grocery hauls, and baby, we in 2025 is baby. Do they still do grocery hauls on YouTube? I remember when I first came on here, it was a big thing. But now I don't even understand it anymore. Nick D said not working, but needing quick meals in the morning and then starts dinner at 9 p.m. Shaking my head ass backwards. Yeah, she is. Wine glass. A lot of times wine glass says things because it just sounds good to her. But she says she's sending the kids to bed at 8 o'clock, but she starts cooking at 9. Or she feeding them at 9 o'clock at night. Like, again, primarily her and her man are at home all day. Even if she's not there, he's definitely there. So if she's gone out making money, he can definitely get the meal started. I mean, he knows his way very well around that kitchen. It's just a mess. You said, I like her grocery house. See what our taxes are wasted on. Yeah, it's a mess, y'all. All right, y'all, that's my time. We've been on here for a little bit over an hour and a half. Did anyone see any vegetables? No, but girl, she spent about $100 on fruit. Okay. $14 on cherries, 4 kids, baby. I mean, to me personally, especially if you claim you're on a budget, cherries would not have been on my table. Cherries wouldn't have been in my cart. It'd have been some apples, some oranges, and bananas. And if I'm feeling a little lucky, I'm gonna throw in a grape. Okay. But cherries and blackberries and all that other stuff, that wouldn't have been bought because that's more of an expensive fruit. And especially if you claim you on a budget, yeah, we ain't gonna be able to get that this time. But when you spending food stamps, I guess there is no budget. All right, y'all, that's my time. I'm gone. I'm out of here. Y'all be good. Y'all be great. TMR's gonna see you in the next video. Remember, serve what you love. Bye.